All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ARC Round 8, Tier 2, or Tier 2 Round 8. We are here at the Hungary Ring. I am joined by my lovely co-commentator, Vans. It's been a while.
That, indeed. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch Tier 2 go through Hungary, which has not been featured in ARC for like 2 years now, so exciting stuff ahead.
Indeed. It is a great and Draken is already out. He crashed into a wall. It looks like one of these guys should be coming up on him. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Alright, anyways.
That's unfortunate. Fergie has left the session, which means I believe he cannot return, so...
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate for him, but we press on. We just put on a brave face. And Atmosphere will be the first to start his lap, so let's go ahead and ride on board with him as he powers the DRS into turn 1 in hot lap and standard mix here, braking a little early, going down to second gear. I prefer third and then short shifting to fourth, but making sure he opens up that DRS now on the run down into turn 3. Better to take a nice wide line and actually carry the speed, which it looks like he's doing. You see that not on the brakes, not on the gas, well, a little on the gas, but just coasting now flat out through here, up to 6th, up to 7th. We'll see if he shifts to 8th. I personally don't. I like to have the extra speed and say, oh, he's going to triple downshift. My goodness. Now uphill. Van, do you have any information on if that curb is still the curb of death? I never managed to hit it in my practice, but through here, short shift to 4th. He's going to run 3rd long, runs 5th long, down to 3rd. Probably should have kept it in 4th.
No, I don't think it's the curb of death anymore. I was going through it pretty easily.
All right, well, there you go. Definitely noticing a little trend here riding aboard with Atmosphere. He is over downshifting a little bit. But maybe that's just the spectator camera. I don't know, but it looks like the revs were way too high. But anyways, I digress. Into the penultimate corner here, takes a nice tight line, little slow on the power. It's going to compromise his exit there. As you can see, he hit the rev limit on 3rd gear, down to 2nd. Again, weird. Maybe this is a traction control thing. I don't know if he uses traction control. Anyways, going to cross the line now for a 1:17.6 and set provisional pole time, but I would expect that to be beaten. We have a couple other people on laps, I think. Who is closest? I think Curbs is going to... Nope. Sir Snowman with a 1:17.4. Well, if Sir Snowman is the benchmark who won last week, then Atmosphere's lap is pretty good, just being 2/10 off of him. We have Rad here on mediums about to set a time. We'll see if he can get anywhere close. And now coming out of the final corner, opening up the DRS and going to cross the line for a 1:19.9. Not bad, considering he's on mediums. Chewy setting a 1:17.6 on the soft tires, putting him into P2. Seaway 34. Let's see, Bacon Juice here. Getting a little bit of tow from Rad. Looks like he's going to be on a second lap. Might have invalidated his, or somehow he's at 59% energy. Maybe left it on. Mr. Ultra with a 1:16.1. Okay, yeah, that's closer to the times we were expecting. So over 1.3 seconds faster than Sir Snowman. Mr. Ultra flying out there as of current. And Rad is not obliged to get out of the way, as he is able to set multiple laps on those mediums, but he does get out of the way for Bacon. I don't know if Bacon will be too appreciative. Uses the brakes a little bit too much there and is actually going to cut the curb instead of letting his car flow out there. Interesting. Yep, nice shift to 3rd, up to 5th, and now through here, keep a tight line, which he does. Goes on that curb, going to spin. Yeah. But he's able to keep it out of the wall here. Gets out of the way of Rad. Not that he really had to, but he's got another Alpha Tauri coming up behind him, which I'm sure he'll stay out of the way for. But he is now in the braking zone. He's going to go over to the racing line now and now get out of the way. Or is he? Not sure what's happening. There we go. He gets out of the way for Prima, who is also on the medium tire. So not too essential to get out of the way, but just made sure he did. And is now coming into that penultimate corner, which I found actually not braking so much and just carrying the speed through there in 4th gear and then powering out as soon as you could see the line was the way to go. But he opted for a little bit more. So I'm not sure if we're going to have a restart, but I can see Holler's putting in the chat that if there's a remake, he can join.
Yep, Perky can rejoin if we decide to remake, but as of right now, it doesn't seem like there's any issues with the current lobby.
Yeah, unfortunately for him.
Tom setting 17 flat, still far away from Ultra though.
Yeah, I'm curious how Ultra set that lap. That is an impressive lap. Granted, we didn't have any T1 times to compare it to because T1 was a wet qualifying. But Van, how did your wet qualifying go?
I believe I did one lap and then sent it into the wall.
Well, these things happen from time to time. You know, just about a game. Who do we have going out here? We've got, is that Sir Snowman? It is. So let's ride on board with Sir Snowman. So the current championship leader is Let's Talk Golf by not a large margin, but he is not going to be racing this week or next week, is the word on the street. He's definitely, Let's Talk Golf seems to be fast enough to be a T1 driver, but then again, the top of T2 usually is midfield in Tier 1. But we have Sir Snowman, who picked up the win last time and is second in the championship. So if he can win this, or I think get second place, he's going to be first in the championship and just try to build that buffer to Let's Talk Golf for when he returns. So this is a pretty important race for him and Radical Aardvark, who is on the mediums right now, just setting some laps, maybe trying to mix up the strategy. And we'll see what he does, but he has also been at the top pretty much every race that he hasn't crashed, and so fought for P1 last time, but unfortunately for him, wasn't able to make it happen. So let's see, Sir Snowman starting the lap with a little bit of traffic in front of him with a Haas, which I'm sure he won't be happy about, but it is Tom, who's pretty close to his pace, so maybe he'll give him a nice little slipstream. But here we go into turn one. It's kind of a hard turn one. It's hard in the way that it's almost too easy. It feels like, I don't know if you found this, Van, but you can almost brake anywhere and it feels like you're able to make it work. And so it's kind of hard to find exactly what's fastest.
Yeah, I did struggle with turn one a lot. It was different from what I used to.
Yeah, because you can brake early and then rotate the car a little bit earlier and you seem to get wheel spin. And then if you brake too late, you're on the curb. But sometimes if you brake too late, actually, that extra downshift, I don't know, I just felt like you had a lot of freedom to take pretty much any line through there. That's not the line you want to take there from Sir Snowman. They're running out wide after turn 7 now into the chicane of 6 and 8 through there. Short shifts to 4th. That's the way to get the best traction. That is if you're not in traction control. That being said, I actually found in the race that using 3rd gear there was a little bit faster, but that's for someone who likes to control the throttle a little bit. But if you just want to jam it. Not a good lap from Sir Snowman. I see where all that time went. I'm curious what...
He's up by 4/10 somehow, even though he kind of extended the track there, but, you know.
Well, all right. Impressive. I'm curious if anybody in Tier 2 is running 11-11, because that is the strat. Speaking to a bunch of people, it seems impossible to run anything but 11-11 and be competitive. Sir Snowman with a 1:16.8, close but not close enough, and if he tightens up the chicane, or sorry, if he tightens up turn 6 and then the really fast speed corner, I think there's probably 6/10 in there. But that obviously is... Oh.
Ultra's abandoning his lap.
Yeah, I see a little grass on his tires there. Lets the Alfa Romeo of Tours pass and is now going to get back on his way. Oh, little wheel spin. All right, let's see. We've got a Red Bull heading into turn 1. Looks like he just completed his lap. That's unknown, going up to P2 with a 1:16.573. We have an Alpine about to cross the line. Rad on softs with a 1:16.5. That's more what we expected from Rad. And that just locks in... Sorry.
So Sunday night, right, we had rain. So we could choose whatever tire we want it to be. So how do you think this is going to affect the strategy? Because they're going to be on softs, and those things die quickly, from what I heard.
So, yeah. My understanding of the strategy... here, let's ride on board with Bacon Juice here as he starts his lap. So my understanding of the strategy, and the one I was advising people, is soft medium is going to be the best non-free choice strategy. So the softs you can make last to about lap 8 or 9, and obviously we saw in the Tier 1 race just how powerful the undercut was. So yeah, soft medium, lap 8 or 9, maybe some people will pit lap 7, because those medium tires, after a few laps, maybe lose a little bit of their grip, but then you're kind of in the rhythm. It's pretty consistent, and I, after 24 laps, didn't notice any problems. Action didn't notice any after 25 laps. So soft medium, I think, is going to be the way to go for those who are on the softs. Obviously, that isn't including safety cars or anything like that, but for the 4 people starting outside the top 10 on the free set of tires, medium hard is an option, and the logic behind that is that the hards aren't terrible, and you get quite a long undercut instead of getting stuck in traffic. That is if you have the pace and you're outside the top 10 for some other reason. But, you know, it's really hard to overtake around here, so track position is pretty much everything, and if you can get that undercut for several laps here, as Bacon Juice is going to cross the line here pretty soon, takes a very weird shallow line through there, well, wide and then shallow, and is only good enough for P9. Chewy here putting multiple laps on his tires. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that, but maybe he thinks he can improve on his next lap, and so he's not worried about it. But he is out of fuel, not using battery.
Atmosphere in the wall.
Oh, no.
Needs to be careful with the re-entry. And he is.
Have to excuse me, sorry, the screen's gonna go black. I have to fix one of my hotkeys. The hotkeys were there so that I didn't have to alt-tab. That did not happen. So, whoops, but here we are anyways. I had to adjust my keybind so that I could actually get rid of some of the HUD here.
Tom is starting a lap here. He should definitely improve on his 7 flat.
So here we go. Yeah, into turn 3. This is a tough turn as well. Oh, that's not the right. Mein Gott. Sorry. Yeah, so this turn, obviously also hard to not extend, but I feel like you can cut a lot more of that inside curve than you could in previous games.
Yeah, that's
That used to be, yeah, that used to be one of the hardest turns. Now it's kind of an easy one, just, yeah. Down to second gear there. The engine braking allows him, yep, nice and wide out there. Maybe a little bit wider than I would recommend just because you have grass there, but he's going for it. This looks like a pretty impressive second sector here, through here, carrying a lot of speed. Probably could have upshifted a little bit earlier, but he is flying right about now, down to third. Short shifts to fourth. You could probably wait a little bit on the shift, but otherwise good out here. Now run in as tight as you can and start powering out. Use all of the track here. Now swoop it back around. Little early in there, but he is carrying the speed there, as you can see, and that is definitely the way to do it. Could have been flat a little earlier, up in the 5th and across the line. He goes fastest with a 1:16 flat. Mr.
And
Ultra, though.
just started his lap. Yeah.
Did he, or is he? It's showing 1 lap for me, so. But his energy tells a different story. Yeah, I think he's on his lap. I might have the wrong.
Yeah, you might have best on, maybe.
I have best on. My bad.
Ultra is already down 2 times, or up 2 times. So he'll definitely be passing Tom as long as he keeps the rest of the lap clean.
Into the chicane. This again, I really enjoyed. Oh no!
Oh wow! That was T1. He would be not having a wheel. Now, and
wow! An aggressive spin around, and he just threw the rear end into the wall.
That's that commentator's curse.
Yeah. Wow, it looks like Sebastian Vettel driving around. Unfortunately, I lost my train of thought after that. Oh, yeah, I really liked Hungary on this game. I think they improved a lot of the dicey aspects and the corners that felt a little bit like Germany T1. A little like the unfair lucky, just throw the car in, it has so much weight and you hope it's online. I felt like it was actually really easy to be consistent, and I quite enjoyed Hungary in this year's game. But ironically, Tom entering the pits behind Mr. Ultra. And, yeah. Luckily for Mr. Ultra, I don't think there's the time anymore like there used to be, but we have, I guess it'll be atmosphere here on a lap, on an out lap.
3 minutes left. Ultra can definitely exit the pits in time.
Yeah. So, let's... I think Atmosphere will be the first to cross the line and start his last flying lap. So let's see it now. Opening up the DRS, crossing the line, and on the run into turn 1. Oh, you'll excuse me, sorry. Okay. Here we are. A little slow on the exit there. Almost looked like a little bit of wheel spin. And now coming into turn 3. Again, this turn is tricky, but it's... He carried, a little too much braking there, I think, slow down, but he doesn't want to spin like he did last time, up to 4th. Take a nice shallow line through there, now power all the way up the hill, and he's going to be able to throw it in here. We'll see how much of that inside curb, I guess you want to call it, not enough there, but actually able to keep some decent speed there. But yeah, you can really cut that. It's deceiving because in previous games you couldn't cut that or go wide. Now it looks like just going wide is the only, I mean, unless you really cut it. But a little slow through there, but short shifting to fourth to ensure stability. Keep it in fourth here. He's going to go down to third. Both work. I think I found in the race it's fine to downshift, but you kind of have too much speed. You over rev it a bit if you downshift in qualifying, as you can see there. Now down to third, hopefully. Yep. Just a little slow to release the brakes. I don't know if you're noticing that, Van, but that looks like where a lot of his time is. He's just kind of hanging on those brakes a little longer than he has to, but that almost spun, but a really good discipline on the pedal there to keep it. Interesting line through here. Opens up the DRS.
Let's go faster, just not by a lot and not enough to push him up. Prem has another chance to take P10.
Also watching Unknown here, whose P4 was on provisional pole, I think, or P2 at one point. So he's going through the second sector, about to start the third sector here. Ooh, catches that curve just like Bacon Juice did.
We saw, and Ultra, so, right? Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra gets through there.
We've seen that 3 times in quality.
Or, yeah, it was, yeah.
I bet we're going to see it again in the race.
I think that was Bacon, and then Unknown. Mr. Ultra lost it after the chicane, those turns.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here we go. Mr. Ultra going to try this again. Let's ride on board with the Ferrari number 8 as he opens up the DRS and crosses the line to start his challenge for provisional pole. Remember, he had it all throughout qualifying until Tom set it with his most recent lap here. Tom also on an out lap and will have a chance to fight back. Sir Snowman looks like that'll be it for his qualifying. Unable to get into the top 2. But P3, if he can start there, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Long run into turn 1. Now, through turn 3 comes Mr. Ultra taking a nice shallow line through there. Up the hill here. Let's see how much he cuts. He cuts a lot. That might... Wow.
That was good.
That might have been millimeter perfect, because on my screen I thought he totally cut it, but no, that was perfection. Coming up the hill here, he's got solid traction, goes through here. Now, yeah, running out a little wide, which looks like this is where he spun last time. It looks like he just tried to accelerate while on the grass. That's why I preferred to stay with a little bit more caution to the curb instead of the grass, but to each their own now. Not using all the track. I've noticed that with a lot of T2 guys here just now. They're not putting 2 wheels over that curb. They're kind of just playing it safe, but that's fine because they're all doing that, so there's no need. But I think someone would have a lot of time. Interesting line through here. Slow to get into third gear. It's going to hamper his acceleration a little bit, but really nice line through the final turn. I think this is the best one we've seen all day. Oh, no! Ultra, wow.
Yep, that confirms that Tom will probably...
Yep, that should be it. Well, Rad, we'll see what Rad... Yep.
No,
goes P3.
Very close to getting on the front row, but yeah, that's...
And we might see Tom impeded here. Not that it really matters, because looks like no one will be able to improve, but I'm sure he doesn't know that yet.
Validated, so he should move out of the way if Tom was to catch up. We'll see. But yeah, like you said, it won't matter too much.
Oh, yeah, that's impeding, but it won't matter. Yeah, it can't be doing that, but nonetheless, here we are. And yeah, unfortunately for Fergie, I don't see a reason to restart the lobby. We've got 13 healthy drivers in a functioning lobby. I don't think we should jeopardize that.
Yep, so 15.7 is Tom's time. That's pretty good, in my opinion, for Tier 2.
Definitely. I think that's a solid lap, no matter which way you slice it. Seaway going into the pits and not retiring. Oh, you love to see it.
You know, it gives us a little extra time to look at the cars, you know.
Yeah. And everyone, you can see Tom's AI pushing flat out here, wearing the tires as much as possible in preparation for the race.
Do they actually wear?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. Or at least they did in last year's game, so I'd be surprised if Codemasters fixed that. Codemasters, masters of code. All right, well, that'll do it for our qualifying here for round 8 in Hungary with Tom taking pole by 4/10. Mr. Ultra not, after taking a pretty impressive 1.3 second gap to the closest car on his first lap, unable to finish his last 2 laps with damage and a spin. Radical Aardvark in P3 and Sir Snowman behind him in P4. Chewy P5, Unknown, Atmosphere, Tours, Seaway, and Curbs rounding out the top 10 with Prem, Bacon, Fergie, and someone else getting the free choice of tires. Couldn't read it in time. Obviously, Fergie will not be able to participate as he's unable to rejoin because Codemasters cannot properly code a game, even though they have licensing from arguably the richest sport in the world.
Speaking of licensing and video games, the F1 Manager game was announced yesterday. Pretty cool.
Very exciting as a Motorsport Manager fan.
Yeah, I wonder, hopefully, we'll be able to use the real tracks unlike that game.
Although they look kind of close on some of them.
Yeah.
They get the spirit of it, but yeah. No more Doha GP. Although, actually, ironically, with the Qatar GP, that was in Doha, which is great. I found that funny. But my first... Why can't I speak? My first... Wow. Oh, first order of business. Jesus Christ. First order of business in the F1 Manager. Wow, I can't speak. Will be the first thing that I always do in Motorsport Manager. Aston Martin, keep Seb, remove Stroll, get Hulkenberg. You just have to do it. Now, here's a question for you, Van, because I don't think a lot of people know this, and I remember Tact used to overtake me in 2020 when I would go slow on the outlap, or on the formation lap, because he thought it didn't matter. When you're sitting on the grid, your tires actually do cool down. So I've seen a lot of people, when they're leading for the first time or not paying attention, will just blast through, and then they have cold tires. So I'm always very conservative on it because I suck at qualifying and really rely on the starts to make up my positions. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like Tom is taking it at a pretty consistent pace here, although he did get off the line very fast. Maybe that was just to... who knows? So, let me pull up the proper stuff. So we want interval, tire, telemetry, lap data, and full track. Okay.
Only 3 people opted to go on the medium compound.
Yeah, that's a mistake from Bacon, I would have to say. But maybe he's just trying to make up as many positions as he can. But again, like, I don't know, you've got 16 laps to do that on your mediums. Anyways, who knows? I don't really have much to say in the formation lap other than I'm expecting a safety car, just seeing people losing it in qualifying, and I felt really stable in qualifying compared to in the race.
We'll see. I remember the first race before we started, there was an instant T1. Someone braked really late and caused a couple hits.
So here we go. Tom about to take his grid slot in P1, Mr. Ultra P2, Radical P3, and Sir Snowman P4. Now, unless you're Sebastian Vettel, you'd have to assume that P4 isn't going to end up in P1. So those top 3 guys, but who knows with the slipstream, bad starts. Yeah, who knows? This is going to be very exciting as we wait for the final car to take its spot on the grid. Tom will lead us away from pole as soon as the lights are on. And in theory, a green flag would be waved. Here we are. It is 5 lights on for round 8 in Hungary. It is lights out, and away we go. It looks like Mr. Ultra got the better of the starts here. Going to be just alongside with Snowman, maybe trying to find his way up there. Yeah, look at that. Snowman on the inside. He's going to be able to go, and he dives down the inside, but Tom doesn't see him turning in normally, but is going to be able to get away with it. Ultra with a very poor start here. Radical Aardvark around the outside, so now we have Sir Snowman in P with Radical Aardvark in 3. Sorry, P2, I meant to say. As Rad sends it down the inside here and is going to take P2. Sir Snowman now relegated to P3. And now Mr. Ultra around the outside. A little bit of contact there. Oh, and and the Red Bull losing it just on his own there. And that's got to be a safety car. As everyone jostles for position here at the start. Atmosphere up to P5. Chewy down to P6. Seaway up to P7. And no safety car.
Yep. Is off as well.
Oh, and Sir Snowman cutting. He's going to have to give up a position, you'd assume there, or he's going to take a penalty. Definitely got a warning for that. Well, it looks like there's not going to be a safety car, so here we are. We're continuing. I feel like...
a lot of bumping going on, I'm seeing. But wow, what a crazy first lap.
Yeah, I watched that Red Bull just suicide into the wall.
Unknown, 1 lap or 1 turn, or whatever, 3 turns into his arc debut.
Yeah.
Mazepin-like, just a bit.
All right, so here we go. Onto the pit straight, the first real chance to overtake here, unless, you die. Tom Najaro pretty safe outside. Ultra looking for a move on Snowman, but not going to be able to make it work. And Red just getting out of the way of the slipstream there. So Ultra going to try to make up these positions as best he can. Obviously, he's got the pace to be up there, P1, P2. As look at that, Chewy getting past Atmosphere into turn 3. Atmosphere maybe wanting a little bit of a switchback here. We'll see if he can pull it off. No, probably just content to hold P6 for now. Okay, back down the field, we've got Bacon Juice and another Red Bull. Might be the curse of the Red Bulls here, almost losing it out of that corner where his teammate died just moments ago. But unable to make anything work here. So I think the first overtake we're going to see at the top runners is going to be Mr. Ultra on Sir Snowman. That would be my guess as soon as DRS there. Just if he's able to follow this close, might be able to make something work. Let's check energy here.
Bacon going side by side with the Seaway, and I got to make sure they give enough room.
Oh, Bacon just off the track there. Now up to the front here. Look at Mr. Ultra just pushing Snowman through these corners. Here we go into the penultimate corner. Really hard to get the traction down here when you're in dirty air, it feels like, but not that I'd know, actually. No big deal. And here we go through that final corner. Looks like he got the better exit. Look at that. Yeah, Snowman going for the shallow line. That's not going to help you here. No DRS for Ultra, but he has the slipstream and might try to send it down the inside. Looks like Snowman is going to be just fast enough unless Ultra really sends it, but no, he's not going too smart. Now let's go back to Bacon Juice here. Not able to make it on Seaway. Lost a little bit of ground there through the final 2 downforce heavy corners. Which is what makes Hungary really tough, is the straight isn't necessarily too short. It's the final corner is too downforce intensive. So, yeah, we'll see. Ultra losing the rears a little bit there. It is a tough turn 5, I think it is. A little tough on full fuel. Or I guess it would be turn 4, then that's turn 5. This is turn 6, yeah. Tom almost able to break DRS there. Breaking it and losing it with every passing corner. But Chewy also caught up to the back. And Atmosphere. So the pace is not unreachable out there at the front right now, it would seem.
Yeah.
Everyone...
There's only one detection zone, so these drivers will have DRS twice.
Oh, and look at that. Rad made up a ton of ground, about 5/10 on Tom there. Not sure what happened there, but Sir Snowman going to be disappointed if he doesn't get DRS. He's going to be in real trouble if he doesn't.
Yep.
And he doesn't have it, so let's see. Mr. Ultra now. This is going to be an important exit, but it looks like Snowman's going to have enough ground here.
He will have the upper DRS to play with, but that's not too much. I don't know.
Something really, let's see, energy here. Yeah, Ultra using more energy and going off the track. He might spin here.
Oh,
did I guess that? I didn't even see it. I was
He's lost a wing.
Oh no. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, the spectator camera never went around the corner, so I just had to assume, because I spun on that corner in practice quite a few times when you go out that wide if you're not careful. So that's, someone clipped that. That's pretty funny. Radical now 3/10. Yeah, really pushing the back of Tom, and this is something I've noticed around here is, or just in general, the psychology of a track where it's really hard to overtake is. There's actually, I think, a boost of confidence. Whoa, something might be. Do you think Tom has wing damage here? Could you check the telemetry? Because this is looking really slow. Maybe he's playing chicken with the DRS. I don't know. But this is just something, I've noticed on tracks where it's hard to overtake, you kind of get a boost of confidence as the person following to just kind of not get discouraged by the dirty air. You know it's part of it. And now let's see, Red opening up the DRS here. Going to be looking for the overtake. I think he's going to get it as he's looking now to the inside at the last second. Whoa, Tom with a really late move there. But Rad also held it probably longer than he should have. And Tom almost spins. That's going to allow Rad around the outside. He's going to get the inside for turn 3. So this move should be done. Tom banging wheels a little bit more there. That's not the right thing. Tom around the outside here. Let's see if he can make it work. It looks like he has. Holds that inside line. Wow, good racing from them. A little bit of bumping from Tom and a late move into turn 1. But again, Rad left it pretty late. I'm not sure if... and to add insult to injury, Mr. Ultra picking up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now what you want to see, wow, Tom is losing it at every corner. I don't know if he's using a TT setup and his temps are just out of control.
I don't think he has damage looking at the app, but something's going on.
And we missed it. Sorry, guys. Chewy also overtook Sir Snowman.
Yeah.
And so Chewy is on a charge here. Atmosphere able to stay within a couple seconds of Sir Snowman. So I'm sure he'll be happy with a top 5 finish if he can keep it. But Rad, looking really strong out of these last couple of corners. Maybe he'll make his move a little earlier now, because had he had his car alongside, he would have been able to send it under braking. This is a smart move. forced Tom into a little bit of a shallow line, but then Rad almost broke a little bit too much, compromised his exit there, and Tom is going to get the better exit, but we'll see what happens here.
I think Rad has his move done. He's looking to dive on the inside. Nope, outside.
Those are, wow.
Ooh.
Good braking from him.
He's going to have DRS again, and Tom is now going to be...
Oh, a little bit of wheel bang in there, and Tom is out of energy. So yeah, that's going to be Rad's move done with about 50% more energy on top of it.
Tom is trying, but he needs to watch out for Chewy now.
Yeah, he might have had to concede that first place a little earlier because it costed him his energy. Then I don't think he's going to be able to fight Chewy with 84% energy. He might not have to. Chewy with a 3-second penalty. So if you are Tom or Sir Snowman, I think you're breathing a little bit easier right now.
Oh, and Chewy in the grass. It's going to be close.
Atmosphere there just in the background, fallen to 2 seconds now, but still making gains on tours, which I'm sure he'll be happy with. So now, here we go. This is where things are going to get intense. We'll see. Is Tom desperate? Is he going to use that energy on the straight? I don't think he should. I think he should just try to see what DRS will give him and do the best he can. Is anyone going to pit early? I think if you're Sir Snowman right now and you have this pace, I think you pit. I think you should have pit this, like this lap or next lap, and try to get that undercut. So Chewy not going to be able to make the move. Tom also not going to be able to make the move, but Chewy at 91% energy to 21% energy of Tom. Oh, a little bit of wheel spin there from Tom, but he's able to save it. Seaway down to 10th in the pits. Yeah, I think if you're a Snowman, you try to undercut these guys because you're gonna come out in first. If no one else pits, you're gonna easily come out in first. Well, I say that. Who knows about traffic, which he might be worried about as well. I don't know if he has a race engineer. Tom, maybe that's the root of all his problems there, is going out on that curb like that, because that, yeah, heats his tires up so much. And watch Chewy, wow, with the power at 100% energy now. But yeah, the name of the game,
right on his tail.
Yeah, the name of the game here in Hungary is tire temp control, and Tom is doing a very poor job of that. You could just see there, like going on that curb and unsettling it gets you a little bit faster through that turn, but you're probably adding 20 degrees to your surface temp. Oh boy, Tom is bleeding energy here. He's actually used some over the lap, and Chewy's at 100%. So if you're Chewy, I feel like you just dump your battery because Tom doesn't have enough to make it all the way through the straight. You're going to get him. Chewy doesn't pit. Snowman. Ah, missed opportunity there. I think Snowman should have pit. He would have come out first. But here we go. Chewy, time to dump your battery, dude. Is he aware of how bad Tom's energy system is? But, oh, yep. Not quite enough of a straight. So I was mistaken. Tom did have enough to last him over the straight. But if you're Chewy, I do think the urgency is on you here to, if you really do have the pace like it looks like he has, I think the urgency is on you to get past and start building that 3-second gap.
Snowman making mistakes because he is now 2 seconds behind Chewy, now under attack by Atmosphere.
Wow, yeah, and I think...
Must be the tires.
Yeah. All the more reason he should have pit last lap. Because the mediums will hold on. But I digress. Look at Tom as well, making up gains on Red. This is what I mean by that confidence. You just see where your opponent brakes and you brake later. And normally in other tracks you're worried about, oh, well, you know, you need to set up this corner and just take it really conservatively. But on tracks where you know you can't overtake easily, you just push every corner. Just try to make them make a mistake. Oh, yeah, there again, just a little bit of sliding, a little bit of extra tire heat, and it really builds, especially your front left here is going to be around 106 degrees, just in that yellow zone, Celsius, that is. And, yeah, so the third sector can be pretty tough on these last couple corners. Rad pits if Tom stays out. Oh, guys. Snowman better pit. Oh, boys.
Atmosphere also not pitting. He's going to be attacking Snowman, trying to get past him with DRS.
Let's see here, yeah. I think he might.
Really
yeah,
good.
He might have it. Atmosphere looks to the inside.
Oh,
Gonna send it under braking. Wow, what a move if he can hold it. Snowman gonna try it around the outside. Atmosphere leaving so much space, being very courteous, but now gonna open up the DRS, and he's got it done. What a move.
Yeah. And that's him in third for now. And
he's got to be excited with this. Let's see if he can cope with this pressure. Little slow through there. Oh boy, Sir Snowman's gonna try it up the inside here, or around the outside, excuse me. And yep, Atmosphere, veins of ice, held that inside. Not much you can do around the outside there. It's just to try to apply pressure. Sir Snowman is impatient. Oh boy, goes down the inside. Oh, come on.
yeah, I don't know if that's the corner where you make a move, honestly. Now,
But he lets him back. Lets him back past. You know, had he... There's just a reason...
Red spun turn 4 with the hard tires. That's going to be affecting everything now. Oh.
Well, let's see how this order shakes out, shall we?
And he's on the hards, too, which...
Not the play, no.
Not the play.
Honestly,
Tom, Chewy.
Something gives me the sense that he didn't mean to go onto the hards, and that's why he was distracted and spun. But here we go, Tom, top in the pits. So I have to say here, let's just get a quick little synopsis. I think Tours is going to take the lead here.
Chewy on hards.
Interesting.
Tom going on mediums.
Come on, boys. Mediums. Yes, Atmosphere's on the mediums. That's looking good for Atmosphere to pick up a podium here, then.
Snowman also on mediums, but yeah, Atmosphere, I'm all for it.
So we have an Alfa Romeo 1-2, but just to go back to the incident with Snowman and Atmosphere, there is a reason you don't just magically make up 5 car lengths under braking. It's because you're not braking in time for the corner, but I don't necessarily think that's not a corner to send it into if you have a willing opponent. Like, it looked like Atmosphere was going to leave him the space, but, you know, he just couldn't get it done. He broke a little bit too late, but then giving back the position, no harm, no foul. You got to respect it. Really, the issue for Snowman here is you just cost yourself the time. And Snowman, looking for a move on Red, once again finds himself with a head of steam coming into a corner where you just can't overtake. But he looks like a monster on the exit of 3 and through 4 there. But yeah, he let him back past, and at the end of the day, he is probably faster than Atmosphere, as you could see, but he just cost himself time in a situation like that. And we'll see any team orders between Rad and Atmosphere, but being on those medium tires, I'd expect Atmosphere to pull away, and maybe Rad can pull back some time, but after a spin, you never quite know. Now,
I think if you're Rad and Atmosphere, you tell Rad to hold up Sir Snowman best he can and have Atmosphere build a gap.
Yeah. We also have Tom now. Tom spun. Tom was getting so close, and he reset the track. Are you allowed to do that?
I think in Tier 2, yes, but I'm not completely sure.
Yeah, he was getting so close to Drakenwolf, so eager to overtake him that he spun, because he was like within less than a tenth in the final corner. So that leaves Chewy in the lead on those hard tires with a penalty. We could see, yeah, it looks like Tom or Atmosphere are fighting for this win right now as Sir Snowman gets past Rad. So as you said, actually, it was a good call for Rad to try to hold him up. Oh,
wow, that was so close.
He's going for the Esteban Ocon here, just a little too late to try to hold up the driver. But
oh, Tom spins again, and that's going to be a safety car. That has to be.
Oh no!
Oh, and he reset again in front of him.
Yeah, he's got us.
That one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if that one would be legal. I mean, I don't think it is, because I think in Jeddah there was an incident where someone reset and caused a big crash.
Yeah. I mean, his argument's going to be Mr. Ultra spun, as well as even going from terrible to horrendous.
So this win is really like up to anyone. Honestly, I think Atmosphere is in a good shout, and I hope he gets that podium at least.
It looks like if he doesn't spin, a podium's his to lose, yeah. Tour's going to pit. Are we sure the safety car is on, to be honest?
I have no idea. I mean, he didn't DNF. I thought he DNF'd, which is why I said that.
Yeah, but that Red Bull going off as well.
You're right. But that was lap 1, so
yeah,
I could see the game not doing
well,
that
I'd hope. Yeah, I hope the game is a little more conservative with those now. But we're going to see Snowman versus Atmosphere Part 2. Rad getting past Fergie's AI. And it looks like this is Chewy's race to lose, you'd have to say. He's about 4.5 seconds in front of the closest car. The question is... Well, no, see, the fact that he's gapping on those hards means, yeah, unless there's a safety car or something, which a late safety car could really screw Chewy here with that penalty. But, yeah, being on the hards and still gapping Atmosphere means that's definitely his to lose, as Ultra speeds in the pit lane for the second time, presumably to retire.
Let's see. He's going on the mediums. Oh, actually, he has a no wing, so he must have crashed. So yeah,
and,
he's retiring from a really good quality to a really bad race. That's unfortunate.
Well, a decent quality. He did crash twice.
Yeah, true. It was foreshadowed.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, we'll see what happens with Tom. Not that it really matters. I mean, to be honest, you can give him 50 seconds of penalties. It wouldn't make much of a difference now. I'm sure going from leading the race to spinning and then spinning. But I've never been a fan of resetting on track. It just Sir Snowman wants it pretty bad, though. Setting the fastest lap of the race here. Is he going to send it on Atmosphere? Atmosphere isn't defending. Confidence from Atmosphere ends up breaking a little late, and we'll see if now Atmosphere is going to try to send it. I don't think he'll be able to do much, though, with Snowman having the DRS. Yeah. Just kind of psyched himself out there. But now he's got to hunker down, chill, not lose the position to his teammate, and he's got a podium here.
And I hope he can keep it.
Yeah. And let's see, too. Snowman could fight Chewy for the win here. Because he's on those mediums. If he gets close enough, he gets in DRS. I think the DRS will be enough to keep him within, you know, not be able to build a 3-second gap once his tires do die, because it's not going to be that much faster. But Snowman taking some interesting lines here with the dirty air, just trying anything, I guess. But it looks like he outbroke himself. Oh,
wow.
Almost did the.
Yep.
And as long as you stay all the way over, you shouldn't get a warning. Yep. I don't know if he got a warning there, but he certainly didn't get a penalty.
Let's check. Nope, he did not. He only has one warning right now, so he's looking pretty good.
I mean, an Atmosphere all over the back of him, too. Atmosphere is very much in this for position here. Well, not with that kind of exit. And Sir Snowman's going to have this done super early. Atmosphere could have gotten a good enough exit, but did not hasn't quite figured out how to take that final.
Oh my.
Wow. Okay. I mean, fair play. That was legit. Gonna have that move done. Very early braking from Drake, and I think to just let Sir Snowman pass, not realizing that Atmosphere was lurking. So now, unfortunately for Rad, he's going to have to sit behind Draken for a lap. Yeah, so let's see now. Sir Snowman with a 4.5 second gap, 4.4. Sir Snowman could win this race. He could go from not having the pace to be P3 to going for the win here. Part of that's just going to be the strategy. We'll see if those mediums fall off at the end and if those hards can just stand strong. But obviously right now those mediums are going to be significantly faster as Rad gets past Draken on the exit of the chicane. I can't say I've seen that before. We've also got a battle here with Tours looking to get past Seaway. Let's see if he can do that on the straight, as that's really our closest gap here. He's got a lot of energy, and we'll see if he can make it work. Lap 14 of 35, so that means that the medium runners are going to have to make their tires go 23 laps. And the hard tires, no issue going 23 laps. No issue on the mediums as far as puncture territory. We'll just see how much they fall off. So Tours using his energy here. No, he's not. Just saving it, kind of queuing this move up, I guess, because he knows, too, his teammate being Dragonwolf, that he's going to pit, so he's going to be P6 here. And if he can overtake Seaway by the end, that's a solid top 5 finish for Tours. Atmosphere falling out of DRS, but Sir Snowman making up about, looks like, yep, 4/10 exactly on the lap. This was the turn where we checked last. Obviously, it's going back and forth a little bit here, but technically speaking, he only needs to get within 3 seconds to be in the net lead of this. So we'll see how he does that. Yeah, not many gaps. I guess we can ride on board with Tours here. So, yeah, solid top 5 finish for either Seaway or Tours here, as Drac is going to have to pit again unless there's a safety car, which would really change up all the strategies and I think give Rad another chance at this win. But as things stand, I think he's going to struggle. He's losing time to his teammate, who's losing time to Snowman. So, not looking great for Rad to pick up a win here. But here we go. Maybe an unforeseen consequence of Draken is I think he's going to give Seaway a little bit of DRS, and you can see this is the deceptive thing about this corner, as it is kind of a double apex, is you gain speed if you brake late and you hold a shallow line, but then you lose all of it and then some on the exit. And what's important to remember is that your exit is what you're carrying all the way down the straight. That's where the real time is, so you can get that kind of early satisfaction of gaining a lot on Seaway, but then he just starts pulling away on the straight, and so you really have to watch yourself. So Seaway now looking for the move on Drakenwolf, but really defending pretty well, or I guess just preemptively defending. Tom setting another fastest lap of the race on those medium tires, those fresh mediums.
Dragon kind of struggling, looks like. I mean,
Oh, we could
he's
see
off.
something here. Is Tour's going to send it down the inside here? No, he's not. I mean, Draken is on 15-lap old mediums compared to these fresh ones. Oh, wow, what a move. Down the inside here. Is Tour's going to make it? Yeah, he runs out wide there, and he's going to secure the position. We'll see if Seaway is going to fight this right back. They're pretty similar on energy with a little edge to Tours, but that's, you know, with DRS. Let's see what happens here. I'd assume Tour's going to be able to keep it, especially since he's going to have DRS from his teammate here. So let's see what happens. As Sir Snowman has closed about a second in the last couple laps here, you can see him now in the net race lead. Well, will be very shortly, as long as he can keep it on track. So, yeah, let's see. What do you think? Do you think, Van, do you think Draken's going to let Tours past? Or are they fighting for position? Yeah, you should let him. Yeah, it looks like he will. Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God.
Great coordination, boys.
Oh, okay, but that's unfortunate.
Oh, and that's going to... Well, we'll see. Draken's fighting this, yeah.
Oh
no! Right where his teammate went.
Yeah, that's going to be a
the
safety
Red
car.
Bull special.
Oh, and Red's off too. Okay, yeah, safety car. Oh.
Wow.
My God, his car's
Red's
not
dead.
ghosted,
Red's dead.
Right. Yep. Rad's dead as well, and that's perfect timing. That
This is huge for Atmosphere and Chewy. So pit for mediums. Everybody's pitted. Pit for fresh mediums.
Yeah. He pit for mediums again, and Prem gets a drive-through penalty. Classic. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Rad there. It looked like it was turn 4, so maybe got too much curb. Or no, actually not turn 4, before turn 4, so maybe that def curb we were talking about. How's this shoe? Yeah, so they're pitting. Chewy's gonna pit. Yeah, they're all gonna pit, obviously. I think Draken, this is good for Draken, right? Because
it is, yeah.
he does not lose that much.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Draken started P14. Let's double check that.
Yeah, he was last, and now he's gonna be sitting in P5.
Yeah. Up 9 positions. Way to be. I mean, honestly, the top 8 is all up more than 2 positions.
Tom is retired on track as well. Looks like
How?
he collided on the wall too somehow, because his dot's right there and no one's near him. Unfortunately, his car will disappear, and now we're down to 9 people. Fergie's AI is still here, doing its own thing. Prem.
We're riding on board here with Prem, yeah, to see if we can see where Tom lost it.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh God!
There it is.
How?
I don't know how that happens.
It's under safety car, man. With the Delta too. Oh man. All right. Well, whatever.
9 people remain in Hungary.
Well, this is an exciting race, I have to say.
It's unfortunate for Chewy, but
the Red Bull special there. Both of them hitting the exact same spot. Prem picks up a 5-second. I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
I'm not sure I understand that one. If you're in last position and it's under safety car, why are we speeding in the pit lane? You could go into the pit lane at 1 mile an hour and you wouldn't lose any net time. But anyways, so I want your opinion on this, Van. Do you think that this is good or bad for Chewy? Because it closes that 3-second gap, but now it means he's on the same tires as Snowman.
Yeah, it gives him a chance. Like, if this was later, like lap 26, I'd say he's gonna have no chance, but he still has a whole stint, half a stint or whatever, half the race to build that gap if he's fast enough. So we'll see if he is. Atmosphere, I'm hoping that he can keep his head down, stay focused. He can still get this podium.
Yeah,
for sure.
I am. Okay, so interesting actually. As good as this was for Draken, it wasn't great because it forced him to go onto the hards because he started on the medium, so he has to either go hard or soft, and he can't go onto the softs.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
the AI behind him, Fergie, driving a mistake-free race. I mean,
does have bacon juice and curbs to possibly worry about if they catch him.
So hopefully, if Prem can catch up. The safety car should be in this lap, but he's got quite a distance to make up here. Is he using his energy? Let's go. This is going to be the out lap of the century. Let's watch this. Or I guess it's not his out lap, but it's his catch-up lap so that the safety car goes in this lap. Yeah, I mean, another thing we haven't really discussed is Chewy got his penalty, but now with Snowman behind him, one nice thing about that 3-second gap racing, it's a little easier to focus. Now he's got a car behind him forcing him into mistakes. He could pick up another penalty. And by that same logic, so could Snowman or Atmosphere. I have to say, a podium for Atmosphere. Van and I think we've watched him for like 4 seasons at this point, and he's often had the pace for a top 5 or a podium and always crashes, spins, does the wrong pit stop, just something happens. The safety car is going to be in this lap, even though Prem is not that close, so Chewy's the de facto safety car here. We'll see how he does it, and hopefully he doesn't go too early and get rev limited, because he's going to lose his lead, and that would not be a fun way to lose it. But let's see what happens here. Warming up those tires. Looks like he's getting ready to go. Looks like he's gone. Yep, and Snowman is right on him here. Great restart from Snowman, and if you're Chewy, you can't slow down as much as you might want to. Looks like Snowman might have the lead here. Going into turn 1, I'm not sure what he's doing. Get in the slipstream, mate. There we go. And down the inside here, he's going to brake. Ooh, but Chewy brakes late. Snowman brakes a little early. Atmosphere could be picking up the scratch here. Chewy almost spun.
Oh, they collide
and speaking of Atmosphere, loses the position to Tours. So this is going to be, I think, a couple of fights we're going to see for the rest of the race here if they can keep their heads down.
Yeah, Bacon actually. What the heck? Bacon.
Yeah, from 7th. Well, a pretty horrendous restart in general from people keeping their stuff together. I think had Snowman been in the slipstream there, I don't know if you saw that, Van. If he had been in the slipstream, I think he would have been past him, but he was a little tentative. Maybe because he knows he has the penalty, he doesn't want to take any risks, but yeah, who knows. And now we're going to watch Tours and Atmosphere. It did look like Atmosphere has the pace on Tours, so if he can keep his head down, keep calm, he might be able to make this move done, but it is also very hard to pass at the Hungaro ring. So we'll see exactly what happens, and it might just come down to a game of mistakes, a game of errors, instead of actual pace around here. Snowman and everybody in the top 5 still within DRS. As I say, that Tours fell out for a second, but now back in. Which, if you're Atmosphere, that's exactly what you want, right? You're not fighting for P2. You're not fighting for the win. Here, they were pulling away from you before. You just want Tours, so you want him to fall out of DRS like he's doing right now, and I think that's kind of a best-case scenario for them. But, yeah, if you're Chewy, I think you're stressing right now because you can see that even without DRS, Snowman is able to keep up with you. Maybe even pass you as he switches to the inside. Chewy defending to the outside. Sir Snowman sending it down the inside here. He's got his overtake on. I hope he doesn't spin. Oh,
Chewy's going to keep it. No,
oh, Snowman's got it. On the track and with a 3-second buffer now. So let's see what Atmosphere can do. What a move from Snowman. I guess a poor exit from Chewy, I'd assume, but Chewy could still be fighting this back and force Snowman into a mistake. Doesn't matter if you know the car behind you has a penalty, you still see those red arrows, and it can still force you into a mistake. So we'll see what happens here. DRS is going to be enabled for the next lap, so if Atmosphere can keep the gap he's keeping and keep Tours, or if Tours can not catch up to Chewy. I don't know, I didn't read that very well, but it's fine. So here we go. Let's see what Chewy can do. As what kind of energy are we looking at here? Oh, Snowman's hit his deployment limit. Chewy's got 80%.
Oh, and that's Atmosphere spinning. No.
Oh.
The crowd size.
Well, now we watch Chewy and Snowman. And Curbs looking for a move on Drakenwolf on those mediums versus those hard tires. We'll see if he can make a move work in the other Williams. A Williams 1.5, I'm sure they'd be happy with that. Yeah, you know, it is, it's hard to cope with the pressure of your first podium, first win, just a win, a podium, just holding your position. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yep. For sure.
There's a lot of stuff going through your mind, and you've already got to manage your gear shifts, braking, acceleration, where the car is, you know, where your line is, and then on top of that, energy, time, strategy, everything, you know, DRS, overtaking, like there's a lot of stuff to worry about in a race, and a lot of pressure, so it happens. All right, so looks like the gaps are now widening, and Snowman is walking away with this race. If you're Chewy, this has got to be kind of hard to see, but
Curbs should get this move done. Should.
yeah, down the inside here. Draken might go for a little bit of a switchback here, but Draken seemed like the guy, yeah, he was braking super early for the other drivers as well, and is kind of just going to let him have this position here. Maybe thinks it's not his fight, and just try to stave off the AI of Fergie, who will be DSQ'd, just a heads up. So, but Chewy now, oh, Snowman spun the rears a little bit there. That's going to allow Chewy within DRS, or it did for 1/2 second. He thought about it. Snowman also getting a bad line through here. I noticed something just by watching Snowman, and that he's fairly consistent, but when it rains, it pours. Once he makes one mistake, it looks like he goes on to make like 3 or 4 more in the next couple corners. Maybe the same to be said for Chewy there. Trying to control his excitement. He's got a little bit of a run going here, and he does have more energy than Snowman, and he's going to have DRS. Tried to brake a little bit late, but you got to respect not using ABS. Max, Ginger, Van, Action. Surrounded by people who can brake on whatever curb they want. You guys suck. All right, here we go. Chewy within DRS. Maybe if you're him, use this as an opportunity to save a little ERS because you're not making the move on this straight. Which is, looks like exactly what he's doing, and it looked like Snowman also didn't use his ERS though. And Tours, a little far off. Atmosphere here coming on the AI of Fergie. I should watch my phrasing on that, but we'll see if he's able to get this move done. I mean, he could still, you know, he spun, but oh, he's just going to go right through him. And you got to respect it. Atmosphere could still finish top 5 here, I think. He's got 11 laps. If he's a second a lap faster than Draken and Curbs, he's top 5. Curbs got a penalty, actually. So he's just got to make up around 5 seconds and 11 laps, so he could still be looking at that. Chewy, oh, just rode on board for him to catch a little bit of a spin there. Do we know, is Chewy on controller? It kind of looks like it. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think he's on wheel.
Yeah, he's on wheel. But that's Sir Snowman's going to breathe a little sigh of relief here. Just make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, and this win is his. Curbs picks up another penalty, so I think actually Atmosphere is already in P6 right now. Yeah, he is, or just about in P6, and if /win he overtakes Draken, still a P5. A decent recovery. Yeah, Bacon doesn't have the pace to keep with Tours. Tours doesn't have the pace to keep with Chewy. And Chewy does look like he has the pace to keep with Snowman, but they look pretty even on pace, and so after a couple of mistakes from Chewy, it's going to be hard to get back into it. But let's check energy here. Oh, he does have 20% more energy. Not much going on for these last 10 laps.
I don't think we'll see much going on unless Chewy gets a bunch of pace.
And
no, I mean,
Snowman makes a mistake, gets a penalty, something like that.
We saw some crazy moves in the first opening few laps, so maybe we'll see some reports and that can flip the table a bit, who knows?
True, yeah, good point.
I know Rad isn't too pleased because of Fergie's AI.
Yeah. Did it make him spin or something?
Yeah, I believe when he exited the pits the first time, that's why he spun. That first time, at least. Curbs catching Bacon.
Alright, so that's Tom with another certifiable Tom moment. Unknown said, I really want this to restart LOL, or at least postponed. I am so salty. To which Tom replied, salty means a different thing in English, mate, but probably want to try jinxed, question mark? To which Rad had to tell him, salty means upset or disgruntled in this context. I don't know if Tom's first language is English. He was also confused at the report that came out. And actually, this is a good time to talk about this because Sir Snowman, I was going to bring this up earlier, but Sir Snowman, the last race in Portimao, was leading the race and got a triple warning from one corner. So that gave him a penalty. And that was then removed. So the reason that was removed is because Snowman went off track once and got 3 warnings. So he deserves 1 warning from that. And he had 1 warning earlier. So that brings him to 2 warnings. Obviously, it takes 3 warnings for a penalty. So when you remove the extra warnings, he did not have enough warnings to qualify for a penalty. Tom, on the other hand, had a situation in Jeddah where he had picked up 4 warnings just separately, but one of those warnings wasn't fair. So that warning was removed, which brings him down to a total of 3 warnings, which is still enough for a penalty. I know he was confused as to why Snowman got his removed and his wasn't and thought it was unfair. That is why it is fair. It has to do with incidents of multiple warnings in one corner versus multiple warnings over the course of the race. We weren't just removing 1 warning, we were removing all unfair additional warnings. So that is what happened there as Fergie's AI goes down to the bottom. And here we go. We have Atmosphere made his way up to P6.
Yep, Draken had a spun.
I think Bacon also spun.
Bacon had something go on wrong because he lost time to curbs. But not much to really say. There's only 9 drivers, and everyone's pretty spread out.
Alright, well, let's see what we got going on here. Maybe Bacon Juice can make a move on curbs, and if you're Atmosphere, you'd love to see this. If they can get a little fighting on, maybe he can pop up and actually get back to P4 here. We'll see, because if he overtakes Bacon Juice, and he is gapping, he is making up the time pretty well. But we'll see what happens. Prem, gotta respect staying in it at 46 seconds back. On older tires. Like 20 seconds of penalties.
Times.
Yeah.
Yep. He's having the best race, but he's finishing it, which is
admirable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Everyone's so spread out. I mean, maybe someone will spin, make it interesting.
All right, let's play charades.
Charades.
Yeah, you go, Van. What am I acting out? You ready?
How?
And go.
Race car driver.
No.
All right. No. Damn. Oh, someone spun. Oh, it's Draken. Same corner he spun earlier.
Oh, yeah. A lot of spinning going on in T2.
Yeah, I didn't expect this. I don't think T1 spun that much, right? Yeah.
No, I don't think we will. Yeah.
Prem on the softs, maybe he'll go for the fastest lap, which would actually get him a point.
Yeah, we get the point. Let's. Atmosphere is about a second a lap faster right now. You can see the tail of Bacon Juice. Let's see what he can do about this. Because if he overtakes Bacon Juice, that's P4. Because Curbs has 6 seconds of penalty, so he's going to be P5 as it stands. I guess unless Curbs get one of them removed. But. In the city, I'd be surprised if anybody is still watching. Well, that's another.
We got 31 sword in the chat earlier. I don't know.
I assume he's talking about trading cards or something.
That's it's interesting. I don't think we've seen 31 sword in a bit.
Yeah, he was actually in the last stream as well, trying to get people to buy his Formula 1 cards. So if you're interested, message 31 Sword. Yeah, Atmosphere cannot figure out how to take that last corner, but it doesn't seem to be hampering him. He made over a second that lap on Bacon Juice, so if he keeps this up, but he is depleting all of his energy. But he's going for this. I mean, and P4, considering, I think he'll be happy with, but just can't seem to get on that podium. I'm not sure what's going on with Bacon Juice. I thought he used to be really fast. So he might... maybe he didn't get any practice in for this race. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think he
oh
practiced.
no!
this
Who spun? Curbs!
Oh.
Not that it mattered. Never mind.
Hey, you know, it's interesting.
Uh,
oh wait, Chewy. Wait. When did Chewy catch up?
Oh. Snowman must have made a mistake. So, Sword just messaged me. He's not trying to sell cards. He's already sold out of them. They're cool, though. All right. Appreciate it. Good call. Good call. And Tours is somehow... When did he get 8 seconds back? I got to be honest. I've not been paying enough attention to this.
Yeah, I kind of looked
Snowman
at the
is
chat now.
fully out of energy. I think we could see this race actually go down to it. Chewy's gonna be putting a lot of pressure on Snowman. This race just got exciting. If you tuned out, I don't blame you, but come back.
Yes. Prem gets that fastest lap, and he actually might even get 8th because Fergie's AI won't count as a finishing car. So.
Oh, wow. Little overcorrection there from Chewy to nothing. Not sure what that was, but these things happen. Oh! Snowman was 4 off there. Should we do a quick race director check, man? What do you think?
Yes, let's see. Sir Snowman has 2 warnings, so if he gets 1 more, this race gets very interesting really quickly.
Did he? And he didn't pick one up there on that last lap, but actually Chewy did a couple laps ago. So Chewy is also on 5 warnings for another penalty.
Yep. Needs to be really careful. He could take advantage of
To be honest, I'm not sure how Snowman didn't get a penalty there. He went 4 off with significant speed, but who knows? These things aren't for me to understand as a mere mortal of Cody's ingenuity. So Tour's looking good for a pretty safe podium here, but Chewy looking for that win. Atmosphere looking for that P4, and if I'm a betting man, I think Atmosphere's getting this back.
I agree.
Let's see. I mean, you got to feel bad for Atmosphere. He's always so cautious, too cautious, when it comes to actually racing people, and then for some reason when he's all alone, he starts getting a little dangerous. Chewy not able to pick up the DRS, but going to be close enough. So now let's watch Atmosphere and Bacon Juice. Not going to make it happen on this lap, but you can see Atmosphere smartly just saving his energy. Using the DRS, maybe going to try to do it on the last lap. He knows he's not catching Tours, so no need to rush this move and then maybe get re-overtaken. Just have as much energy as you can and dump it the last couple laps. And let's see, what energy is... Bacon is lower on energy than he is, so he is in a bit of a predicament here as we're right on board with Chewy through the chicane, which he has struggled with all race, and he struggles again. Oh, okay, I guess that was intentional. That's a nice line through there if you can keep that tire steady, and it looked like he did. That's impressive. I could not. I kept almost spinning and having to correct. Or I guess just getting scared. Let's see, energy check. Ooh, Chewy's got 20% more. Sir Snowman could start sweating between the knees. Sweating in the special places here. Let's see what happens. Atmosphere outside of DRS here, just for a quick timing update. Not the line you want to go for there. It's going to cost him quite dearly. But Snowman not using his energy, so they're actually going to be pretty even on energy. Still about 11%. Oh, here we go, sorry. And now let's watch Atmosphere on Bacon Juice. There we go. Finally a proper line from Atmosphere through that final corner. Is that going to be the one? He's not using his energy. He's saving it. I think he could have had to overtake it. He used it. Yeah. I think if he used his energy there, he's in front. But he wants to save it. The only thing is, how many times can you guarantee you get that good of an exit out of the last corner, you know? Atmosphere just trying everything to get those alternate lines, and now he's using his battery. Not sure I understand the logic in that, but to each their own. All right, here we go. Chewy, Snowman, round 2. We just need a mistake from someone. Oh, Snowman was close to going out off track there.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting final 2 laps. Chewy's really got to push, honestly. He has a lot of D, ERS.
Yeah, you just got to send it. These are your last 2 laps. Doesn't matter if you have ERS for the next lap, so just dump it. Both these laps. Here we go. That's a decent exit. Not good enough, I don't think, unfortunately. Snowman is going to keep this for this lap, but energy-wise, yeah, he's got enough. Let's see. Oh, Snowman getting a little squirrely. Not enough for Chewy though, but he did get a little bit of ground gained up on him there. As Atmosphere is within 2/10 here, he's definitely going to get the move done here. We saw a great overtake from Atmosphere earlier in the race. Can we get one now? Swoops to the inside here and is going to have this down the inside. Can Bacon go